The Denver Art Museum decided to celebrate the art of dance, all kinds of dance. And this past summer, they launched a wide-ranging display over virtually their entire campus. We were intrigued by one particular part of it, an exhibit called Why We Dance, which showcased the unique tradition of Native American dancing and especially the regalia that is worn for powwows. Take a look. Imagine yourself in a friendship round dance during a peaceful demonstration that was staged in Canada to protest tribal sovereignty issues. Videotaped on that day and then staged on 12 screens by the artist Alan Michelson, it allows the viewer to experience one reason for Indigenous dancing. The installation is part of Why We Dance, a multi-sensory exhibition at the Denver Art Museum.
We have wonderful historical collections of both depictions of American Indian dance by Native American artists themselves, paintings, watercolors, and those go back to the early part of the 20th century. And then we have wonderful collections of three-dimensional objects, dance regalia. We have ceremonial clothing in our collection.
The powwows of today, hundreds of community celebrations across North America each year, are a long tradition that has never stopped, with dancers dressed in intricate regalia, an art in itself.
Hello, my name is White Owl Woman. I am Eastern Shoshone and Northern Arapaho. The reason why we dance is to create a healing within ourselves and also among the rest of the people that are watching, and it's a blessing. And the noise that you hear coming from the jingles, that is the noise that goes up to the Creator as prayers.
We think of these pieces as historic pieces, but they were contemporary at the time. They were being made for a commercial market. The artists, many of their religious ceremonies were being repressed in the 1920s and 1930s. And so this was a way for the artists to continue to show how these traditions were important in contemporary society.
Everywhere in this exhibit, there are ways to immerse yourself in the culture and design.
All of the ribbon work belongs to either tribes or families.
The museum invited 5 artists in residence to spend time working on their regalia in the public studio, interacting with visitors.
What part of England do you live in? Some people came in and we had really amazing discussions about the art in their culture, about their cultural experiences.
Here at the Denver Art Museum, we really like to show pull back the curtain on the creative process and really show kind of what goes into creating the regalia, and the artistry is impeccable.
And the ribbon work strips will go on to that.
Alistair Bain, a member of the Eastern Shawnee tribe, remembers being in art school and asking why there were only a few pages devoted to Native American art in his textbook. His teacher told him because it was considered primitive.
I remember thinking, why isn't our art seen on equal standing? This is the art of this continent, of this land. And so at that time, I think that Native art was seen more as a craft. And I'm really, really happy to say that in my lifetime, I've seen that ideology change.
Bain says contemporary dance garments are made much as they were in earlier times.
I used a contemporary version of a floral design,
but with newer tools and materials that allow him to stretch his creativity. The regalia adds to the ceremony and meaning of the dances, as he learned from other Native artists.
They'd always talk to me a lot about how to keep my thoughts right and how to keep my feelings right and be positive and good when I was doing those things, so that would be what I give to the person when I gave them that item.
Hi, my name is Gerald Montour. I come from the Navajo and the Mohawk nations. I dance the Northern traditional style. You're talking of the hunt. You're looking for tracks. You're also communicating with the four-legged and the winged and those that slither. Today we wear bells on our ankles, and that would let the four-legged know that we come not out of greed and not to annihilate them, but to feed our families.
Also part of the exhibition, large-scale dance-themed paintings by Charles Loloma, Jose Duran, and Ignacio Moquino from the 1939 San Francisco World's Fair. More of the past brought into the present.
We talk about our collections being 2,000 years of unbroken artistic creativity, not historic versus contemporary, but this long 2,000-year thread. And we try and emphasize that in every exhibition that we do. It's an important message to send to people.
Nearly all of the pieces drawn together for the Why We Dance exhibit came from the permanent collection at the Denver Art Museum, and there's much more to see in the rotating displays in their American Indian galleries.